the first thing that we would want to talk about, or I want to talk about, and I know Lana would love to join me in this, is there seems to be a lot of momentum for the new Democratic presidential candidate, Kamala Harris. And I was telling Lana, it felt like I haven't talked to you in weeks after being gone for 4 days. Harris's campaign started just a week ago, a little over a week ago, and it feels like this has been going on for weeks, but she just started this. It was about 9 days ago, and she has raised record-breaking amounts of money. She's gotten all the attention that a lot of the people were worried about. They were worried about, if we switch to Kamala Harris in the middle of this, how are we going to get people to know her? I mean, she's all over the place. She's getting nothing but, it seems initially, like a lot of love from a lot of people. And she's doing a rally tonight. Lana, do you have anything to say? Because I right before I went on, I already have all my clips, so I didn't have a chance to do this. But I do want to play a clip of her taking the stage at her rally. But Lana, what are you seeing?
Oh, so nice. So initially, I thought she would have a hard time going into that role, and only because of what I saw with Hillary, right? Like, women with that much brain power and education and just ability tend to have a hard time being human. The women, right? Like, not necessarily the men, but the women do, because they feel like they have to be in a man's world. But with Kamala, she has proven that she can do both. She can be human and she can be brilliant. And she also can be a Black woman, right?
Yeah.
And that's why, and you'll show a clip of her rally, she's got the culture and she's got the young people, not because she's so young, because she ain't.
Right.
Right?
She'll be 60 on election day.
Right. She's just younger than Biden, but she's not young, but she's got a youthful spirit about her, and she's not hiding that, and that's what's propelling her, because she's being her authentic self, and you could see it. She is an AKA. I don't know if you're familiar with the sorority, the AKAs, but it's a Black sorority. They got away. It's really cool. They're really dope, right? It's really, I can't explain. It's the swag, right?
Yeah.
She's got that, and she's not showing it, right? She's showing it in the things that she says, how she talks about Trump, just her mannerisms, and that's why young people love it. White dudes, Hispanic dudes, Black dudes, all of it. And that's why she's got the momentum, whereas Hillary felt like she had to do, not be her authentic, maybe that was who she was, right? And she just couldn't give you anything else. But I'm glad that Kamala is giving us her who she is.
Well, Kamala is, it's a cultural thing, but not just for Black people, not just for youthful people. It is for all people, like you said. The problem, unfortunately for Hillary is so smart and so brilliant. And Kamala is too. And obviously, if you're running for president, you have to have some sort of intelligence, unless, that stopped in 2016. But actually, with George W. Bush too, might be a little bit too. But with Hillary, unfortunately for her, she had to battle decades of being a monster, and people just vilifying her for years. Kamala does not have to face that initially. She has some hurdles she has to overcome with the racism and the sexism.
She doesn't have to overcome that. She's good.
You're right.
She's not overcoming that. That's just the thing that's always going to be there. It's no overcome. Like, you just deal with it. She's You laugh at this point.
Yeah,
It's
and
not new.
I think they may have learned a lot of things from when Hillary ran. Hillary too, she did her whole vibe was I know I'm presidential. I know it. Just let me get in the office. I don't want to have to do all this other bullshit. Like, go around and do
Yeah.
the rallies and Ray Lewis back there making an
Yeah.
appearance again. Um, you know,
Felines to Kamala.
yes, absolutely. Yeah, that's no question. But she doesn't feel like, she just wanted to get in and not worry about all that other stuff. And she was kind of forcing herself at times to try to feel hip and try to feel, kind of thing. And it's just not her thing. Her thing is, all right, let's, get rid of all this dumb shit. Let me get in the office and let me start taking care of business because that's my thing. And she would have been fantastic at it. But Kamala has both, she has that relatable thing that is clearly resonating early. Now, the questions are, will she be able to sustain this all the way up until the election? I can't imagine at this point how it gets worse for her and better for Donald Trump. Everything feels just old, tired, and boring with Trump and Vance. But let's play real quick. This is Kamala Harris taking the stage at her rally. I've got to play it a little bit differently than I do here. But yeah, she's taking the stage, and everybody seems really, really excited.
Good evening, Georgia.
I don't know how long it took until she was not able to speak, but obviously the crowd is very, very excited for her. There goes, the argument that the right and the MAGA people like to use a lot about drawing crowds, and Joe Biden can't even draw a crowd, so how can he win an election? That seems to be like another talking point that's going to be off the table with Kamala. I know Megan the Stallion was also there, getting the crowd excited. I did see some comments are like, that's the only reason why there was a bunch of people there is because she was there. My guess is that people aren't going to waste their whole day for her to go there and sing a couple songs. Maybe a couple people will, but my guess is that's not going to pack the arena.
No, that's just bull pucky. It's like, come on. And Kamala's packing that arena because she has it. And if you watched it to the end, and I watch Kamala and I watch her through like so many different lenses. I watch her through like a Black woman lens. I watch her through a
A female.
woman lens, right? I watch her through just a political lens. I just watch how she moves. It's just my job as a
Yeah.
paralegal. But she's learning from Biden, and I noticed that in a lot of things that she does. And even as she ended her speech, Kamala must have stayed out there. Like I came here and she was still out there greeting everyone individually, taking selfies, just talking. So it's like that is something that Biden is known for, taking his time, talking to the people, and those people are truly excited. So you really want to and it's she loves that anyway. Like that's who she is. She
Yeah.
talks to the regular people. She doesn't see herself as anything other than I'm one of you, right? Not Donald Trump pretending to be, I'm doing this for you. Like, come on.
Yeah, I want, the one thing, if people remember, when the primary started in 2020, initially Kamala was the name. And then we got to South Carolina, and I think just from a political
Oh,
standpoint
poor
that
MAGA.
that what?
No, I just said, oh, poor MAGA. Just
Yeah, I
popped
mean,
up here to say like just tired, just nonsense. I
well,
got
we'll read
something
it.
for
We'll
you,
read the
MAGA.
comments in a minute,
Yeah,
but
I know.
I
Sorry,
was gonna
keep
say,
going.
yeah, no, what I was saying was is that she was initially kind of a front runner, and then James Clyburn came around and said, "Look, we got to take this serious. We got to put Joe in now because he's the only one, because he's got obviously very good political instincts." And he was like, he's the one for now. We have to get him moving for now. And like I said, the beauty of this is the transition from Joe Biden to Kamala Harris has been nothing short of brilliant. And we talk about the excitement of that crowd. The excitement of the crowd also seems to have translated into money raising and different groups getting together and people just all coming together for a common cause. And part of those groups too are ex-MAGA people. There are ex-Republicans who are saying, you know what, enough is enough of this clown. It's just ridiculous. Somebody's on here who really needs attention, so let's give him a few minutes and see what he has to say. I think we always like to get right outdoors. Says the party of gender confused, calling others weird. Clown world as the Montel Williams ex side chick. Here's the Montel Williams things. Novelty wears off and her numbers start to tank. Who do you think Democrat Party will undemocratically try to install next? That's another talking point that they like to use. That's going to go nowhere. Weird is what I'm listening to now. Holy crap. Well, we appreciate you still joining us and commenting. How about that Olympic opener? Yeah, I want to bring that up here in a second. And as Montel Williams excited, did we did that one twice, huh? All right. I think he thought it was so good he did it twice. Well, thank you, Get Right, for joining the show. He had all the hits in there, like the gender thing and the Montel Williams thing and all the things that they have been programmed to say that it does not relate in any bit of reality
No,
whatsoever.
right. That's just like that's so stupid. As Montel Williams' ex side chick wears off, who the fuck knows who Montel Williams is? Do you think Megan Thee Stallion or any of these young people who are supporting Kamala know who Montel Williams
Let's
is?
say they did know him. I don't even
It
understand what
doesn't
difference
matter,
that
but they don't
makes.
even know who he is for it to be. Kamala is standing on their own, and they fucking hate it because you got fucking Vance there who's talking about childless women, childless cat women, when fucking Tim Scott has no kids. Lindsey Graham has no kids, but it's all about the women. Like, oh my God, go fucking sit down.
Yeah, no, well, like I said, we'll get into that. Again, that's
wearing
a
off.
there
It's
is a thing, like I said, there's a thing
numbers.
in the MAGA world that masculinity comes from dominating women. They don't say it necessarily out loud, but that's how they feel. And part of the problem with the domination of women is that if women show their sexuality too much, then the man may not be able to control her. So that really bothers them so much when women show sexuality and they show freedom and they show I'm independent. So that's a threat to them, especially the incels, because the incels are the ones who, are doing everything they can to get a girlfriend, to go out with them and get a date. And, they cannot find the girl. They may be able to find somebody that just will go on a date with them, but they are not finding the ones that they deem, hot enough for them. And that bothers them. And it clearly bothers this guy, but that's okay. Like I said, we still welcome your comments and I do appreciate you joining the show.